Y'all are so disappointing.
Waiting for Shields to come with the funny jokes, man. He ain't coming with them today.
Oh man, I got to, warm myself back up. Year 17, I'm washed right now. I'm trying to get myself back in.
Wash Shields?
Trying to get back in the swing of things, man.
I see.
But
what you doing out here?
I'm gonna shock the world, though. You
gonna shock the world?
Yeah.
How you gonna do that?
Lead the league in assists.
Oh, that if you lead the league in assists, you shocking the world?
Yeah, for me, yeah. I'm a scorer.
Oh.
Used to put numbers on the board, but I'm a, hand out these assists.
So you never been an assist guy?
Somewhat.
What do you mean somewhat?
I never led the league in assists, but kind of hand out a few here and there.
Have you led your team in assists?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, then that would be shocking there. That would shock the world.
Yeah.
If you never led your team in assists.
Yeah.
Cool.
Might get MVP too.
Hey, what y'all talking about, man?
You might get MVP?
You having a heart attack? You finna check out?
I couldn't understand.
So Shields in the league now.
You tell you might get MVP?
Yeah, I just might.
Yeah?
Yeah, just might.
How you gonna do that?
Man, you just gotta wait and see.
Man, Joe, I know we supposed to start one place, but I'm gonna stay on.
Nah, man, you got this dude switching up the script.
What's on here?
He had the perfect segues lined up and everything. He already shuffling papers already, man.
Gotta watch the magic, man.
Yeah?
Come on, let's
get it going.
Go ahead, sip the water slow too.
Yeah, man. Pause.
What was weird about that?
That was a pause.
How?
That was definitely a pause, bro.
How?
That was a pause.
That was a reach.
Oh my God.
super reach.
That was a reach?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Sip the water slow.
If I'd have said that, this was
LeBron fans teaming up on me again, man.
Kid, if I would have said sip the water slow, what Shields would have did?
I wouldn't have did nothing.
You so foolish.
You don't know me, bro.
Oh, okay.
Just like you think you be knowing everything.
Nah, I don't, man. I try to be.
Because I know what's gonna happen. He's gonna.
No, we gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
We gonna talk about that. But let's.
Glad to be back, baby.
Let's start the show.
Let's start the show.
What up? I'm Javon Berry.
I am Zamar Tompkins.
I'm 747 Shields.
And this is the Basslines and Beats podcast.
Your one-stop shop for hoops, hip-hop, and everything related to the culture.
Man, real quick. Salute to the Bassline squad, man. We see all the love, all the support, man. Continue showing all that love. Continue giving that support, man. Follow us on all social media platforms. Anywhere your podcast is found. Fellas, how y'all doing?
Cooling, man. Cooling the game.
Doing all right.
Word out here, man. I've been trying to do some stuff, take it to the next level. And
I see, man. You shuffling papers already, man.
Well, no, I've been thinking about changing my name to the Podfather. What y'all think about that?
Why?
Take it to the next level.
Joey been kind of like throwing that name around.
Who?
Joey.
Badass?
Buttons.
Oh. And that man there.
Is it Buttons or Button? Well, you know what I'm talking about, whatever.
Yeah, I think it's no S. On that man there, I think it's something else.
Having a podcast, Poppy.
That's Combat Jacket. He not here no more.
Yeah.
I'm the pod guy, so don't try to steal.
Are you the
my
pod
shit.
guy?
I'm the pod guy.
Damn. Why ain't thinking that first?
Don't use my. No, I'm suing.
Jealous much.
I think of something later. We get into it, man.
Just don't use that.
See, how you doing over there, man?
I'm good, man. I'm tired of the mug.
How much you sell the pod guy for?
You ask me how I'm doing it and then go directly back to
I just it's 1-2-1, not 1-2.
See how you doing? Hey, Shields, man. Tell me about it, man.
Hey, man, damn. Why ain't think of pod guy?
Man, get your lawyer on the phone. We can make it real.
All right, man. Let me get that number up off you, man.
Right.
See how you doing for real, though, man?
You don't care.
No, I do care. I do care. That's a hard name,
You
though.
want to
man.
act like he concerned.
I do, man. I do care.
You don't
Everything
care.
all right?
I'm good.
$5 budget moving in the streets?
Yeah, we working over
All right,
there,
for sure.
Hey, you gotta retire your fitted hat, man.
Why?
We doing it's winter. We doing scullies around. Hey,
I don't get
the
the scully game.
twin thing.
Yeah, you know how it goes.
I got one. He got one. And here you come. CJ got one.
I see what y'all doing.
You throwing off the feng shui of the room, bro.
No, y'all, you know.
You gotta go get you a Lakers Scully.
And don't try to wear the Lakers hat now that they.
You done wore that like the last 4 episodes. Too,
I just want to explain something to y'all, man.
Let's hear it.
Because y'all are absolutely ridiculous. y'all haven't even suffered through no Lakers hardships to be over here talking about, ooh, we Lakers fans now. We Lakers fans. Look at us. Ooh, Lake Show.
That I didn't miss while I was gone. It wasn't The Voice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the hardships you ain't suffered through, sucker.
I mean,
yeah. So now you just you ain't crying in 2008 when they lost to Boston.
You cried?
Yeah, big cry.
I don't even think Kobe cried.
No, he did, and D-Fish.
Yeah,
and me.
You was with him.
Yep.
All right, now I know you lying.
No, I was there in spirit.
Okay.
So y'all don't talk to me about
we got
LA.
any topics?
No, y'all don't talk to me about LA, man.
We got like a show to do.
Let me see, man. What kind of topics we got, man? Let's get the show. Let's get the show on the road, man. So the list of Grammy nominations have been released. Wanted to get y'all thoughts on snubs, standouts. We usually start with Shield. Let's start with Z, man. What you got?
I'd rather start with Shield.
Nah, come on, Z. Come on.
I mean, I'm looking at the list, whatever. Like, nothing stand out really.
No snub. No snub.
Like,
I got something for you.
Right,
Rhapsody ain't.
Well, I mean, if you want to go rap, yeah, cool. But that wasn't where I was going.
Okay.
Snow Allegra should have been nominated for a Grammy, hands down. I don't know what is wrong with.
Before you go, do we know if they're submitting or not? Because that was kind of the thing that Cole was on. He was saying, he was letting people know he wasn't even really.
That could be a thing, but I don't see why an artist such as Snow, it wasn't like her first project.
Okay.
That she put out there. I don't see why label wouldn't
submit it.
Yeah, I don't see why. Who was she with?
I'm not
why
sure.
Why he looking that up though? She do got a dope project.
Facts.
Though. Yeah, because I remember he mentioned her like off camera one time. I ain't had no clue who she was.
Checked it out.
She popped up on one of like the little playlists they do songs for you today, whatever. Like she popped up and I'm like, damn, she sounded kind of dope when heard the project, and I like vibed out for like an hour.
That's what's up.
I got that as my album of the year.
Yeah.
Album of the year. So I was shocked to see that she wasn't nominated for a Grammy.
What else you got? Any other standout snubs?
I thought it was cool for Revenge of the Dreamers to get the nomination. That's cool.
You okay?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seemed like you had like a nervous tick or something. What you over there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was pretty cool. Revenge of the Dreamers 3 got nominated too, man.
Again, bro.
I thought it was pretty cool.
What happened?
Like I'm sitting here I'm making a point, and he just, hey, Chills, what you doing over there, man?
Well, man, because
he'd be so concerned with me.
It's like, man,
Chills be low key hating.
You
man.
miss me, bro?
I did, man.
Yeah, all right,
clearly,
man. What's up, man. You good?
Yeah, man.
All right, man. Happy to be back, man. But yeah, I don't know, man. Rap was just kind of funny to me this year. Like when I look at the list of rap albums that was nominated for a Grammy of the year, rap album of the year, like
I like Cordae.
None of them projects was really like memorable to me. Like the Cordae, he had a dope album, but it just for me and my own personal feelings, it wasn't something that, you know, like I'm rushing to get back to.
Gotcha.
And maybe because listening to it, it was so reminiscent of J. Cole. Like it had, we've heard that about Cordae. Yeah. He got that J. Cole sound to him.
That feeling, yep.
So it maybe because it just kind of sounded, you know, a little like carbon copy-ish, even though he wasn't trying to like mimic him. It just come across to me as like J. Cole sound, and so it wasn't something that I was rushing to get back to.
Okay.
The Meek album was cool. I never listened to the Tyler album, the Revenge of the Dreamers album. It had some dope cuts on there, but, you know, kind of like what Z was saying, the compilation albums, there's just something about them. They don't really be that memorable, you know what I'm saying? So that wasn't something that I was rushing to get back to. I thought Rhapsody should have definitely been nominated for
that was one snub
that rap album of the year.
Yeah.
And like I said, you know, the Snow, that was another sub. It was good to see, you know, Nipsey, even though he ain't here to, you know, celebrate these Grammy nominations, it was good to see him get that love from the Grammy the second year in a row.
You know, I'm glad you're here, man, because I've been seeing a lot of foolishness online. I want you to speak to the fact that the people who saying Nipsey is only getting all this recognition because he's passed away now.
I guess you can kind of, I don't even know the words that I want to use, but like part of me can see where people would kind of say that.
Okay.
Because they would look at it as like this independent artist who, just last year, okay, he got nominated for the Grammy and then he passed away and then everything exploded. But I think in passing, I think his impact and people who didn't know about him was able to go
Find
back
out about him.
and find out about him, dig into the music, dig into the interviews, dig into the things that he had to say, digging into the things that he stood for. And when you get all of that and you just put it in a pot like gumbo, I think it kind of, man, this was a dude who had a huge impact on not only music, but society and the environment and the community around him. And I think that kind of makes the music more impactful. Like, I think it's safe to say a guy like Tupac, after he passed, the music has much more of an impact than when he was here.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's an easy surface level comment to make, but I think when you dig deeper, I don't think that's the case. It's just that he passed and here we go, we gon', because that's not saying that he's gonna win. You know what I'm saying? He just nominated.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I've been seeing, and I didn't understand why that's been going around so much.
and honestly, when you look at the song, not to cut you off, but do you think that the songs that was nominated, do you think they are worthy?
I think they are.
When you listen to Higher, like, if you listen to that and that don't kind of make you feel something, it's just like who are you? What's really going on with you?
Yeah, I just think what's the word, man? I think people are so, I can't even think of the right word right now. But if the music wasn't good, I would understand.
Right.
But people try to make it seem like because they didn't hear about him or they wasn't up on him, and it was this firestorm after he passed away, that the music trash and you only talking about him.
Yeah, I think it's just one of them things that's just like something that's super easy to say, but it don't have to be said.
Yep.
Because like you say, like it's easy to just point like, oh yeah, he's dead now, and you see all these different artists that when they pass away, they stuff get way more recognition than it could have ever gotten with them when they was here. And like I say, that's one of them things that just don't have to be said.
It's a surface level comment, because if there was a fraction of the love that he got now in his past, and if he got a fraction of that before, that wouldn't even be a comment. We wouldn't even question, oh, he's only getting this because he passed away.
That's a good point.
That's
a good point. Y'all gonna watch the Grammys?
Probably not.
Nothing for the performances or whatever?
I'll catch a recap.
Do we know who performing yet, or they ain't?
Nah, I don't know if they put it out yet. I think Alicia Keys might be hosting it again. But I don't know who performed.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch a recap.
It don't have nothing to do with the Grammys. But what do y'all think about the kind of like sense of entitlement from artists thinking that they should win awards, speaking kind of like to like Ari saying that she quitting because she didn't,
because she didn't get the Soul Train award.
Wasn't it somebody else? Rhapsody said something, but she just kind of said that she was disappointed that she didn't, but she didn't go as far to say like she quitting or nothing. Like, what do you think about that?
I was trying to understand Ari's point with her saying that she was such a big fan of Soul Train and she made a phenomenal album, right? And who they give it to? Lizzo?
I think so.
I think they gave it. Soul Train gave it to Lizzo. I was trying to understand her point, but it just came off like you said, like entitled. Like, I should have won this. I made a soul album. This is Soul Train. You should give this to me. You know what I mean? We see tons of artists get, passed over for dope stuff all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All the time.
Not to cut you off again, I'm so sorry.
Go ahead.
But speaking of that,
talk to me.
If we talking about rap albums this year, Freddie Gibbs had arguably the best rap album to drop this year, he did not get nominated for a Grammy. So if we gonna talk about just like the snubs, I think that was the snub of the year. A snub of all snubs this year. Freddie Gibbs should have been nominated.
Freddie and Madlib definitely had a...
Looking at the field, he definitely should have been in there.
They put out a smoker.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what the Grammys like if it goes off of, well, we know it goes off of popularity and stuff too. It's not always off of the dopest body of work, obviously, because we know
how that go. Just looking at the history of who got them, who don't, who've been nominated, who haven't. We know how it go.
We seen Macklemore snatch one from Kendrick for arguably
biggest heist in history.
Yeah, so we know how it go. While we on this, did y'all peep the Billboard album of the decade stuff?
The kind.
The list.
Yeah.
It was.
I didn't see the whole list.
Yeah. What you feel about Kanye having the #1 album of the decade?
I got to see the rest of the list. Like the album that they said was album of the decade, which is My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. That was a super dope album. Just like the rollout, everything surrounding it, the little short film for Runaway. Yeah, like the whole thing was dope. Like I got to see the rest of the list before I say it's super deserving. But I'm not gonna argue it because, like I say, it's a dope album. And I can't think of nothing off the top of my head that's just like gonna completely trump it.
Yeah, it's
Kendrick was 2, wasn't he?
Kendrick was 2.
To Pimp a Butterfly.
Butterfly, yeah, I think, yeah, and Good Kid, Mad City was top 22, so he had 2 on there.
Yeah, I didn't see Cole in there.
Cole was top 100.
Wow,
he might have been top 100. I'm just saying.
He wasn't.
He looked through 20. I only looked through 20.
He wasn't top 20.
Kendrick had 2 in the top 20.
But I mean, this is Billboard. I mean, Cardi B Invasion of Privacy was over Forest Hill Drive. So
if we're gonna do that, then we gotta the whole list. We gotta throw it out there. And we can't pick and choose.
No, I'm just saying Invasion of Privacy.
I'm just saying if we're gonna,
Invasion of Privacy was a good album.
No, I'm just saying if we're gonna be skeptical because this album was before this album, then we got to throw the whole.
Well, I'm just saying, you saying a bunch of stuff. 444 wasn't up there, or you just Cole wasn't up there.
444 was one of the best albums of the decade, top 20 in the decade.
444 is an amazing album, bro.
Was it top 20 in this decade?
I can argue it. No.
He didn't even mix the whole album.
Oh,
bro.
my God. Here you go.
Hold on.
Come on, man. Put your engineer ears on. Put your engineer ears on. Here he go.
Hold on. Answer this for me.
Okay, talk to me.
The way that the album is mixed and engineered don't play a part in how you receive the music.
No, this is true.
Kid, please.
That's true. So what are we talking about?
So don't just throw that by the wayside like that don't play a part in how you receive the music.
Okay, but Shields, what's 444 a dope album?
Yes, I never said that it wasn't a dope album.
What what?
Don't move goalposts.
How many more albums had the the goalpost never moves. By the way,
the goalpost right here. I'm looking at the goalpost.
Go to APS, man.
Man, listen, man. That the input the impact that album had, bro. How many more albums this decade had that impact? Hip hop album.
Impact as far as what? Don't explain it to me. Don't do that. Explain it.
Oh my God.
Don't understand.
What do you mean,
Explain
bro?
what impact are you talking about? As far as relationships, like marriages, like what?
Just
financial literacy,
literacy, consciousness as a whole. When have you ever seen Jay this introspective? Before this album, as a complete somebody who is known for keeping you at arm's length. When have you ever seen this person open up so much and be this introspective?
You just asked a different question though, because before that you asked me name another album that had this same impact.
Well, but no, that contributes to the impact that it had.
I don't know, because I don't know if that was. I don't know. I don't know.
All right, well,
that's another conversation for another day.
Interesting
though. But I'm just only speaking to the fact that I mentioned how it was engineered and how you receive it, and you just kind of was dismissive about it. That's all I'm saying.
All right, well,
we just listen to unmixed music now, and it's slapping the same.
So what song specifically was unmixed on there?
I would have to go. I don't know off the top of my head, but I can guarantee
it was mixed poorly.
You can go listen to it, and there's some songs.
It was purposely mixed that way though.
All right,
maybe so.
Moving on.
I'm just saying. Why?
Moving on.
How you know it was purposely mixed that way?
Come on, bro.
Moving on.
What? Bro,
do you know who his engineer is?
Bro, why do you expect people to just know
Guru is his engineer.
What does that mean?
Not moving on.
Maybe they just threw it out. Like, man, you know what?
Maybe they just threw it out?
Man, I don't know. Bro, I'm not in these rooms. I don't know what's going on behind closed doors, and I'm not just
Maybe Jay-Z just threw out a partially mixed album just for the hell of it.
So what? I don't understand what sense it makes for you to be Jay-Z and have Guru as your engineer to put out a half-mixed song. I don't understand that.
I thought it was dope. I thought it hit the ear a different way.
Yeah, it did. Mm-hmm. Why didn't y'all mix this? You the only person that I've ever heard say that. In the music field, there's gonna be like, oh yeah, this music is unmixed, but yeah, it's cool though.
I don't think it was completely unmixed. I think it was mixed purposely for that point. We had 444 conversation the other day, man. Y'all heard Chick State 5?
Jesus Christ, this dude is in his bag early.
Have y'all heard Chick State 5, man? Tory Lanez latest
slapping,
latest project, man. What? Let me get y'all thoughts on that, man. What y'all?
That joint fire. I've never listened to any other
Chick's tape.
Yeah, I've never listened to another Chick's tape. This was my first time, so I don't know if the other Chick's tapes kind of like follow this same path of
three
remaking music.
Yeah.
I know
like
3
that.
and 4 definitely do. As far as like the style of making the music with the samples and all that kind of stuff.
But this joint was fire, and then for him to be able to land the features that he did, remaking the songs with the artist. Room 112, The Cry with Mario, the joint with Luda, the joint with Fab. It's just like joint with Maya. It just from top to bottom, like that thing was slapping. The joint with Chris Brown, Take You Down, like that joint was slapping from top to bottom. And I wasn't expecting to hear like an album that well constructed the way that it was, and having those artists contribute the way that they did, like that's one of the like best joints that I've heard in 2019.
Go ahead, Z.
And I thought it was a super dope project. Like Shills, I never heard another like Chick's tape before this. I wasn't even that big a Tory Lanez fan before this, whatever. But this like you say, top to bottom, like the chick, the song with T-Pain. Jerry Sprunger, which the Jagged Edge joint,
that was hard.
The Chris Brown joint, the one with Snoop, like you took Beautiful and gave it a whole different kind of bounce, and it's like it is still a banger. Crazy, top to bottom, like the tape crazy, the production is crazy. Like he say, the fact that you got the features, whatever. I watched like the pull up episode he did with Joe.
Okay.
And he was they was talking about like, you know, remixing stuff, like how Jacquees be doing all these different remixes or whatever. And it's like, you know, the way he did this, like it's kind of important that he went and got the people who did the original song, because now it's like, you know, if you got a problem with me touching this song or being a part of this and doing a remix to it or whatever, you can't say nothing if I got the person who did the song or produced the song or sang the song on this song.
And it's kind of like paying respects to like, you know, classic joints and joints that, you know, stood out in, you know, over time, and joints that we remember. And it, like some of those songs, when you hear the original or you hear them flipping a sample, like it can take you back to a certain part of time in your life. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what I was just finna ask. Did y'all get that sense of nostalgia from it when y'all heard it?
Yeah,
I think he definitely did that by design too. Cause same episode to pull up, like Joe asked him like, was it anybody that he wanted on there? He said he did a song with Kelly Rowland.
Oh, okay.
He I guess he had like a time period of like which he wanted to take all the samples from, and he took a sample that was outside of that time period.
Okay. Because he was doing that 2000s whatever feeling. Yeah, that's dope though. Yeah, man, the project was definitely, like y'all said, top to bottom, extremely dope. I'm trying to see if this is it's up there, man. Like I said, 3 is kind of hard. I can't remember. I don't know if y'all ever heard the he flipped the Proud Family.
Yeah, that's on 4.
That's on 4?
That's on 4.
That joint fire, Joe.
Yeah, I gotta go back.
Yeah. But he's just an incredibly talented dude all around. Rap, sing, dope project, man. Which leads me to my next point, man. You're a rapper, you're a singer. What you laughing at, man?
Nah, because when you be like doing these little transitions and making your next point, like you start fidgeting with shit, man.
I ain't even touching that.
You just touched
Did I? Why you always gotta point something out, man?
Because I see these things.
Oh, okay.
Bro. If you know, you know, man.
Okay.
Now,
you push your T?
Who was you talking to when you said that singer?
Who?
I thought you said you a rapper and you a singer. I was looking down, so I didn't see what you...
No. I'm saying Tory Lanez is a rapper and a singer.
I thought he pointed at me.
Yeah, I was...
I've been told, bro.
Oh, yeah. It's motherfucking... Yeah, man. Stupid. We finally get to have a debate between hip hop and R&B. What is the most? What are we debating? The most dominant genre this year? What is the criteria for?
I would say which I mean, which genre is leading the pack right now as far as music goes in 2019?
In 2019. So we only taking this year.
This year.
Okay.
Yep.
What's your thoughts?
I'm definitely gonna say it's R&B.
You gonna say it's R&B?
It's R&B.
Without a doubt.
Gotta be R&B.
Tell me why it's R&B.
Cause I mean, if you look at like the music that's come out of this year, as far like albums, mixtapes, whatever, projects, period, like it's R&B. Like bro, like Chris gave us a dope album. Tory Lanez just gave us this. We got Ari album in there. Summer Walker album, which is like crazy top to bottom. Snow Allegra album. It's like it's not a lot of rap albums that came out this year that I'm just like I'm finna go back to that. I'm finna run back to it.
I'm going hip hop.
Why?
Because I mean, for the reasons you said, it was a lot of dope hip hop albums. You got, first of all, the whole Griselda movement is crazy right now. So you got that. Jones album was ridiculous. Corday album was dope. Gibbs album was dope. Championships come out this year, last year.
Last year, but it spent most of the time this year.
Okay. That was another dope project. I'm forgetting so many, man. But I look at music in moments that kind of move the needle, and I think, and you know, I love what both genres I have right now. I just think hip hop, as far as just like moving the needle with different situations. See, I'm like when something like when Drake comes, we stop, right? It's like certain artists that come up and everything stops. How many R&B artists that drop we stop for?
I don't think we stop for the R&B artists because no matter creatively, no matter which genre is doing what, rap is always going to be the sexy, you know, it's going to have the allure to it because everybody wants to be the rapper. Nobody wants to be the R&B singer, but I think at the end of the day, for me, 2019, I'm going with R&B as the more dominant genre because I just think creatively, I think the projects that were put out that was way more memorable. More R&B albums that came out this year I can listen to from top to bottom as opposed to rap albums where I'm kind of picking and choosing a joint here, picking and choosing a joint there. You know, the rappers, they just that lifestyle, the stereotype that comes with being a rapper is what everybody wants. Like they always say, the rappers want to be the ball players want to, just because that lifestyle of being a rapper and what you expect to come with it, jewelry, cars, women, like that's what a lot of people want. Nobody don't really want to be who out here talking about they want to be Snow Allegra. like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody out here saying that. But musically, from top to bottom, I just think them projects. Those Feelings Again by Snow Allegra. Painted by Lucky Day. Over It by Summer Walker. Shea Butter Baby by Ari. Chasing Summer by Sir. Chicks Tapes by Tory. Like, it just, to me, and just my opinion, just way more R&B albums were memorable than the rap album.
Man, that book, just going off what you ran off, that stands up to what rap did. Like I said, with Jones, Gibbs, Crit. I left out Crit. And just a slew of other projects.
Crit was one of my favorite albums this year. Crit was one of my favorite albums because just as a creator, like when I listened to the Crit album, it evoked something in me creatively to start working on something on my own. So that's why I like it. But most people did not like the Crit album at all.
That's my first time hearing that.
I haven't heard anybody, maybe one person, my homie Kat, she probably the only person that I've heard say anything about that Crit album, and she like a diehard Crit fan.
You like the Crit album?
I thought it was dope.
Nobody talking about Crash Talk by Schoolboy Q. Fire
Talk was a dope album.
Nobody talking about that. But, you know, you say rap.
I don't know, man. It's tough.
Have you listened to all the projects that he mentioned though? You listen to Summer Walker?
Did you listen? Have you heard Lucky Day?
Bits and pieces of Lucky Day. I heard Sir. I heard Summer Walker. I heard Snow Allegra.
You heard Chris Brown album?
Heard Chris Brown long ass album.
Shea Butter Baby?
I definitely heard Shea Butter Baby. I'm trying to see who all I missed. I don't know. It ain't much. It ain't much. But I don't know. Like I said,
Like if I go memorable rap albums for the year, I'm gonna go Rhapsody.
Yep.
Freddie Gibbs.
Yep.
Jim Jones.
Yep.
Sound like
Did the Benny drop this year? The
Plugs I met.
Plugs I Met. Yeah, that's up there.
Mm-hmm.
That might be where the buck stop.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think it's these votes is just a difference of opinion because like you clearly are a rap guy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like you on the line. You know, you on the fence, but you leaning towards R&B. Like for me, as far as like memorable like rap albums that came out this year, like we got Rhapsody, we got Freddie Gibbs and Crit. Like everything else, like you know, I'm not rushing back to it.
Yeah.
Like for me, like I put on Summer Walker and I can just vibe out for the whole day. Put on Chicks Tape 5 and leave me alone. I'm in my zone. I'm chilling.
And just kind of creatively, I think just the R&B artists kind of give you something different, give you a different feel, and give you something that you know you haven't really heard before. A style, a certain flavor, like you know, a certain voice, a tone. Tory give us Chicks Tapes where it's, you know, it got this nostalgia feel to it. Snow give us this project that's just beautifully written, is well produced. Sir, he give us the Chasing Summer where it's just everything, the production, the lyrics, like everything was perfect about that album to me. And I don't know if I can like say or even get close to that feeling with a lot of the rap albums where it's like, what you did was fire, but I can get this somewhere else. I've heard this before. The Jim Jones, this is a good album, but I've heard this before. I can go pick any one of y'all old albums and kind of get in this feel. You did the whole thing with the Heatmakers. I can go back to Diplomatic Immunity and I can get this same kind of feel as opposed to R&B where we got a summer. Like, okay, it's something new. Lucky Day, who not really a big name, but he's on that Grammy nomination list where a lot of people don't even know, like Lucky Day, who is this?
Yeah.
And you go listen to that album and you like, okay, this dude is fire. You know what I'm saying?
Who's some of y'all favorite, like, if just one? Who's your favorite R&B artist right now? If you just had to pick one.
If I had to pick one,
I had to pick one. It'd probably be the Chris of Summer.
Okay.
I probably would say Snow because, like I said, that's my album of the year.
I think,
So for you, rap-wise, who you gonna go?
well, I was going to go R&B too, but
You're both.
I give you both. I do R&B first. I think we ain't heard nothing from Frank in a minute. I think Division is right there. You heard both Division projects?
I think I caught the first one. Is the first one, is that the joint that had Mood on there? The song Mood?
Yeah, I believe so.
I heard that one.
Yeah. So both of those projects have been me and wifey got to see them live. That's super dope. Rap right now. I mean, I'm gonna say J. Cole. Probably Cole. Favorite rap right now. But I like everything that Griselda is doing. I like the whole movement. I like that energy that they bring in. Like I said before, it reminds me of the Locks.
I just told my boy that the other day that they the present day Locks.
Yeah, so that energy, that dumping these projects out, this whole feeling that they have is extremely dope.
They killing the street music right now, like
Easily.
It's not even a competition.
Easily. And it's not even like, it's like Jeezy came out, Jeezy was killing street music, but people was putting a knock on him like, you know, all right, dog, you doing it, but you not that great of a rapper.
Right.
You can't say that about them cats.
Oh no.
You cannot say that about them cats.
Oh no.
And I like that feeling. So
I always felt like Sheik was like the weak link.
you thought Sheik was Luke?
I thought
Sheik was.
I thought Sheik. I probably can only think of like one Sheik verse that I've ever liked in my life. Like this is like a thing within my like clique. And I love the Locks.
She got off on Mighty D Block.
Yeah. It's
No,
It's debatable. It's debatable.
now that I think Sheik might have got kissed. I don't know. We talk about this another
Yeah,
day.
because I
About pull out. All right. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
We wrapping up. Y'all get favorite rappers? Favorite present day cats?
Cole for me.
Cole.
No surprise there. I probably would go either Crit or can I pick Griselda as a whole?
Nope.
Okay,
and you gotta say which one the best.
If I gotta pick one, who is the best?
Flip flop.
It depends on what day it is.
I hate this dude. Why you can't?
We've had this talk.
Yes,
before.
dude. Why you just can't say one?
I think it depends on who turn it is, but Benny dropped last, so I say Benny.
You say Benny. If Conway dropped right now, you still say Benny.
Nah, cause I was digging Conway first. Like I thought he was that dude.
Did you hear Benny yet?
What you mean?
When you was digging Conway first, did you hear Benny?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Benny got more memorable joints than Conway to me.
That's debatable. Have you heard like any of their mixtapes, or have you heard Rejects too?
I think I heard that. Who?
Like you got
Colin Nash.
Rejects on steroids. That's a mixtape. Rejects 2 is a joint. It's the all gray cover, and he got it showing like the bullet hole in his neck. Fire.
Okay. All right. We'll see how it's going, man. But yeah. So I was thinking of something funny. I can't say it on the show.
Okay.
Man, I can't say it on the show. So
Sure, it was hilarious.
it was really funny. I gotta say it on camera. Let's move on to pressing matters, though, man. What y'all think about this Colin Kaepernick situation that we've been seeing with this whole workout? What's going on with the NFL? Do we feel like the media is playing us against both sides? Are we okay to ask the question, does Cap still want to play? Like, let me get your thoughts on it.
I think a little bit of all of what you said is true. I think when situations like this happen and it's like, a national talk, I think we learn a lot about the people that we engage in conversation with and the people around us. I think one thing that I kind of came to the conclusion on my own is that a lot of people lack nuance and they don't understand nuance. And I think people are looking at this whole Cap situation and are looking at it from a very surface level point of view. And I think the whole thing is so layered that you can't look at it like that.
Okay.
And another thing, I think people are arguing to be right as opposed to arguing to find truth. I've said this on this podcast before. People not arguing to find the truth. They arguing to be right. You can put the truth right in front of their face and they still gonna argue with you, or they just gonna just totally, push that to the side and be dismissive of it. And it's like, dog, like, you have to find facts and find truth. We can't speak matter-of-factly of things when we don't know the whole story, which is what was my problem with Stephen A. Smith, where as soon as this workout happened, boom, he jumped off the cliff. You know what I'm saying? Right off the cliff, not knowing, anything about this waiver. He was dismissive of the waiver, don't know the language that the waiver entails. And, you clowning this man. You clowning this man about this Kunta Kinte shirt, which he wore before to the deposition of the Texas owner, Bob McNair. So this is not the first time that he wore it. And somebody brought that to my attention. Shout out to J.R. Bang, some dude pod. He brought that to my attention. And I saw that and I was wondering, like, okay, was this a thing when he wore this before? Now I saw certain websites, have that up about him wearing that shirt to the deposition. But again, I asked the question, what does this symbolism represent that's a problem? Or is it that just we don't want to make white folks, and when I say white folks, I mean the top hierarchy of the NFL, we don't want to make them uncomfortable.
Right.
We don't want to make them mad, because what about Kunta Kinte is going to make them mad?
Gotcha.
I don't understand it. So it's like, we have to tap dance and we kind of, we can be addicted to drugs. We can abuse alcohol. We can be convicted of murder. We can rape women. We can beat women. We can do all these things. But when you are just wearing or showing any type of black resistance or black awareness or black power, okay, maybe you shouldn't have done that. Why? Why is that? You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point.
I don't understand that, like, at all. And I just think, I think it's too much we don't know to be able to make matter-of-factly statements about this whole Kaepernick situation. Do he want to play football again? I mean, who are we to say whether he does or he doesn't? We don't know why he did what he did. Can we say, oh, he could have handled the whole workout situation better? Sure, we can say that. You know what I'm saying? But it's steps before he even got to that point. We have to take those things into account. He is very well in his right not to trust the NFL.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Nah, I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't trust him either. When I found out about the waiver, the first thing I thought was, this is some bullshit. Did you put it in the group chat when we was first talking about it, right?
I can't remember.
I think so. And then we started doing more research on it. The language in the waiver when his attorney came out and basically said, like, you know, it would be malpractice for him to sign this. Like, I can't have him sign this. And what they're saying is he would forfeit his rights to sue the NFL for any unemployment or from that point back to when he was unemployed and in the future. You wouldn't have your client sign anything like that.
They said like any and all was part of the language that was included in it. So that, like, to me, that's on a broader scale of just this one thing that we thinking about.
Yeah, so that's definitely like you said, an issue with the whole Stephen A. Smith point. I wish he would have just came out and said he jumped the gun, because he obviously did. Because as soon as the workout happened, he was on Facebook Live and Instagram Live on his phone, just talking. It's okay to say that you're wrong. You know what I mean? And I think his feelings got hurt when, people started coming at him for, his.
You talking about T.O.?
Well, before that.
Okay.
But I'm iffy on that too. Like, it's funny, but I'm iffy on the whole coming at the blackness in front of a white audience thing. It just kind of make me cringe a little bit. If it's something that we do behind closed doors, yeah. And
I ain't giving him no sympathy for that though.
I don't know. I'm just saying me.
Same thing that he did. I'm just saying, what he did, what you saying, what T.O. did is the exact same thing that he did to Cap.
No, 100%. I'm just saying just like he was wrong with Cap. I get that cringe feeling whenever I see that. It's just how I'm wired. And I think, he, because of how he presents in his corporate structure, it's easy for him. It's easy to make that mark on him. Because one solid point he did bring up, Shannon Sharp made that same exact point. And you're not hearing people question Shannon Sharp's blackness. I don't agree with what Shannon Sharp said either.
What did he say? I didn't hear what he said.
Well, so Shannon Sharp was on there with Skip, and he was basically saying, Cap doesn't want to play. It mirrored Stephen A's sentiments without the extra in the yelling.
Right.
You know what I mean? But he was basically saying, he doesn't want to be in the league. He ruined his chance to be in the league. And I guess what they're trying to do is separate him playing in the football, him playing in the NFL, and the protest, right? And what the protests represent. It's just hard to separate that. You know what I mean? For me, because everything that he stands for in the league or whatever, it just is tied so much to that protest. But hearing Shannon Sharp mirror that point, hearing what's the other? It was a ton of prominent black NFL players who mirrored that point. But like I said, I felt like Stephen A. jumped off the cliff and he became like a target for what he said. But my overall point in it is I'm not sure who to trust in this situation. Because looking at the whole situation, like some stuff just looks funny on both sides. I'm not sure why Cap waited to the last minute to move the workout. Because they said, and if this is true, they say he got the waiver on Wednesday. So if you was to get a contract right now, if you was to send Shields a contract and he didn't like what you said, wouldn't your representation send that right back? Like, yo, we want to do this, but you got to amend this. Or would you just wait till that day to do it?
They amended it themselves, though.
They amended it themselves and gave it to him.
Yeah, I think
before.
I think it was on Saturday they gave it back to him, and that was the issue where they was like, okay, this thing may not happen.
Right.
So they amended it So I don't know. I don't know. I'm just.
But just
what I heard.
speculation. It's all speculation.
They did edit it and give it back to the NFL.
And the NFL it wasn't going.
Nah, we ain't.
But they gave it back. What I'm saying is, if you got it on Wednesday, why did you wait to Saturday to give it back?
Right.
And you already knew, and whatever reasons you did is whatever reasons you did it. But you already had to have a location set up. You already had to have security set up for that location. All this is, pre-planned. I went 20 minutes away from the field, whatever, in a whole different part of Atlanta. That's cool. But just call it like what it is. If you're gonna call him out, call him out. And I've been hearing like a lot of different perspectives on it. People saying, well, he can't tell the NFL like he doesn't want to play because then he would theoretically forfeit future grievances for collusion and in the future or whatever. I'm not sure what's going on. A lot of it is confusing. One thing that we do know for sure is he was blackballed for the stands. Mm-hmm. We know that. What's going on right now, like you said, we can't put a finger on it because we don't have the info. I feel like another part is coming out like every other day. Yeah. Something else comes out every other day.
And that's where I'm at on it, just because like I think I told you this. Like I'm waiting to see how this whole thing unfolds, just because, like you say, Stephen A. jumped to conclusions and he looks stupid as hell out here. We don't know what's going on with the whole situation. Is he gonna get a job? Why he waited to do this with the waiver? Why he decided to change it last minute? Like this whole thing, just like this entire thing, just came out of nowhere. Right. It's not like they was just let's get Kaepernick a job, let's get him work. Like this like whole thing just came out of nowhere, and now it's like suffocating the media. Like right now, like everybody got an opinion about it, and don't nobody know nothing. It seemed like. So I'm like literally just waiting to see how this whole thing unfolds. I hope he get a job. I hope he decides to play back in the NFL. I hope he do what's best for him. But I'm just waiting to see the whole thing unfold.
No, go ahead.
I think that in this day and age that we live in, where we all have a platform, whether it be a podcast, whether it be social media, whether it be sports analysts on TV, we all have platforms. I think that it's a certain responsibility that comes with having these platforms and the information that we're gonna spew out into the world. And I think a lot of people are being negligent, they're being reckless, and they're being dangerous with the information that they're putting out into the world.
This is fact.
And I think that Stephen A. Smith is one of them in this current situation. It may not be nothing that's extremely flagrant,
but he was wrong.
But it's just like he come out and he says that Cap doesn't talk to anybody. We haven't heard from him in 3 years. And now he wants the media at this workout, and then in the very next breath on the next day is, Cap can't keep using that he doesn't trust the NFL as an excuse for everything. Excuse me, I thought you just said yesterday that he hasn't talked to anybody. So where are you getting this information from?
Thanks.
When did you talk to him where he said this? So when you put that information out there, like T.O. told him, you have people that watch this show every day, millions of people, and there's some people that's going to take your word as gospel. So when you get up on TV and you say the things that you say, some people are going to take your word as fact, and they're not going to think about, oh, well, he said just yesterday that he, nobody talked to him.
Blindly
and
follow.
then now you saying that, well, he's saying that he made these moves because he don't trust the NFL. You don't know. So you got to be careful with the things that you say and the things that you do. Even people on social media, like it's people that's going to take your word as gospel, as golden, and they're going to believe every single thing that you say. So you got to be careful with what you're putting out in the world. That's just like them saying, Jay-Z, he said that, he doesn't like, what Cap did and how he handled the workout. It's a publicity stunt. Rock Nation put out a report that says
he ain't talked to no sources.
He ain't talked to no sources. He ain't said nothing.
Right.
So the media trying to pit these two forces against each other, where you gonna pick a side and you gonna say, damn, man, I love the Black Album and I love Reasonable Doubt. Man, I'm riding with Jay-Z, man. The hell with Colin Kaepernick.
Right.
Or you going to go on the other way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just dangerous, man. And it's crazy what's going on out here in these streets.
And it's like, just to piggyback on that, that's the world we live in now, where instead of trying to make sure that you're right about what you're saying or make sure that you're knowledgeable and factual, you doing what you got to do to make sure that you first. So like if Colin Kaepernick have a workout, cool. He just finished a workout, cool. I'm here first with the scoop.
It's about likes and comments and shares and all that.
And I get that, but like you say, if you was wrong, you was wrong.
Just say you wrong.
So just come out and say that you wrong, and we can be cool with that. But if you just gonna keep running around the fact that you jumped to conclusions, said what you had to say, and wasn't none of it right, then it's like that's whack.
That bothered me that he couldn't admit he was wrong though.
Yeah,
that bothered me.
Because you literally tearing somebody else down, and it's like that turned out to not be true, and now you just can't admit that you was wrong.
That definitely bothered me that he couldn't be he couldn't been in law. The living large thing you put up was funny too. I was crying when I seen it. I was crying when I seen that. Y'all seen what's going on with the latest in the Jeffrey Epstein case? The 2 guards that got arrested.
I did, man. I saw the cover up.
You saw the cover up?
I saw the cover up.
What's going on?
Yeah, that's all that is.
So
man.
For those who don't know, 2 guards have been I don't know what they were charged with yet, but they've been arrested, saying that they were negligent in the in checking on Jeffrey Epstein when he committed suicide. They said they didn't make their rounds to check on him, and that they falsified paperwork saying they did make those rounds.
So they were sleeping at the desk and all that kind of
stuff. That's what I said. I wanted to get y'all quick thoughts on that.
They the fall guys.
They the fall guys.
Let's just be serious. They the fall guys, and we want to, they like the NFL. We want to try to, get ahead of this thing and do what we can to try to, make this as less messy as possible. But, it's kind of like, how stupid do you think we are?
Facts.
First it comes out that, the marks on his neck show signs of a homicide and not suicide. And now we got these fall guys, taking the fall for killing this man basically by saying that they was negligent in doing their job. And I saw one of them. They didn't show his face, but you could see by his skin and the people that with him, he was a black man. Damn shame.
They're trying to set him up.
Setting him up.
It's trash, man. What you think about it, Z?
Nah, I think it definitely sounds like they just the fall guys, because like all of the information before it just came out, it sounded real super duper shaky. We don't know what the hell's going on. Like it sounds crazy to think that he just randomly committed suicide.
Yeah.
And now y'all saying y'all got 2 people that y'all arrested that's responsible for his death.
If you would have talked, man, there's been a lot of high profile people in a whole lot of trouble, brother.
Sound like the fall guys to me.
Whole lot of trouble. It's crazy how the media shapes everything, though, bro. Like the more you just start thinking about it, every single thing is.
But that's the public sphere, man. That's what it is.
It's crazy.
I said, man, these platforms, man, there's people that's gonna take that word as truth. It's golden. This is the gospel, and they are going to stand by what they hear from the sources that they align themselves with.
That's what's going on with Rodney Reed right now.
Yeah, that's crazy too. That's crazy too, man.
It's damn, dude. It's like even watching it, just seeing everything play out, you kind of get this sense like the whole world is kind of messing with your head, bro. Like everything you watch, I don't know.
And even more so when you listen to the people that argue for whatever side that they align themselves with, like, like even in, what Sean King was saying about Amanda Seales, and, she may have had some facts wrong about the particular case.
But her overall
point and what she was saying about his history going back, he didn't mention none of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that plays a part into the bigger picture. Okay, so maybe he didn't do this one case, this one thing that we're talking about right here, but what about this other stuff? That make it look a little shaky.
It's like a lawyer finding one piece of something and they throw it in there and try to damage the entire case. It's crazy how the media shapes stuff though, man. It's just it's wild. Like how the media shaped Melo, right? How they did him, man? How they did him over there?
I'm in disagreement about that whole thing, man. I don't think that was your best work, man.
Man, this one you turned into Shields, bro. God damn, man. Melo back in Portland, baby. God damn,
that's your best work, man.
God damn, man. You just a critical man this episode, man. What is going on, man?
I don't think that was.
That's your hat of Shields at.
Hey, it's mine.
You sure?
That's negative, man. I'm critical.
Okay, man. God damn, man.
Yeah, it definitely went your best work.
Okay,
I tried, bro.
It's all good, man. It's all good. Melo back in Portland, man. What y'all thinking about it? Melo watch.
Melo watch. I'm happy to see it, man. I'm happy that Melo back in the league, man, getting a shot, man. I hope it works out for him. I think looking at like the first 2 games, I think just like looking at his stat line, it kind of go with what I've always said about Melo. No matter what team Melo gonna go to, you can't give him, 5 or 6 shots and expect him to get going. He gonna need some shots because he's a volume shooter. So it's gonna take a minute for him to heat up. Part of it could be, rusty. He haven't played in the NBA in a while. But at the end of the day, that's his game. He's a volume shooter. But it's just good to see him back out there. Even, good to see him be able to, see the ball go through the bucket a few times. You know what I'm saying? I think that's only gonna help him.
Go ahead, Z.
Yeah, I think it's super dope that he back in the league, got a job again. It's it is uncomfortable just like watching him just not play and not being able to play the sport that he loves when you know that he can't perform at such a high level. Like Shill said, he do need more shots, and he can't just go to a team where it's like we're gonna bring up the bitch, give you 5 shots, whatever. So I think Portland definitely needed that extra score. I'm hoping Melo have one of these games. I hope he have it soon where he just like go off and just like drop
out
30, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Come back, it should open it up for him a little more. Having that extra weapon out there on the floor.
Y'all think he's still gonna start when Dame come back?
That's what he said.
So. Yeah.
Who they gonna start over?
I don't know. I just don't know if they was trying to bring somebody off the bench for some reason.
And I think in that initial statement he made after his first game, he said that, that's what they told him. Like, we want you to come here. We want you to start. Because he was talking about how, he got the transparency that he didn't get, in years past. But he got it in Portland, and that was his reasoning for going there because they was able to be transparent with him. So
what the hell's going on in Portland right now? This is Western Conference final team last year, and they getting off to an incredibly slow start, not moving the ball.
You don't get Myers Leonard there no more.
Okay.
Zach Collins is injured. Nurkic is hurt. So, that kind of basically depletes your whole front line.
Okay.
Right there with them 3 guys going to either injury or free agency to another team. So, I think that kind of hurt him a little bit.
Okay.
Plus, you got to fold in new pieces like Whiteside and then Dame out the lineup right now. So,
do y'all think Melo gonna be able to turn around for him?
Turn it around for him? I don't know about turning it around.
At least get him into playoff contention.
I think he can give him a punch. It's like I don't know if he gonna be the force that's like, gonna turn him around.
Yeah, he ain't Jesus Shuttlesworth, but he'll add a bonus. And they need somebody to play that 3-4 position right now until Nurkic get back. But being the savior, I don't know if he gonna get them back to where they was.
I do think if they do get there though, like Melo could be that extra spark that they needed these past couple years when you see them just give the ball to Dame and let Dame try to do it. If Dame can't do it, pass it to CJ, and if he ain't got it, just pass it back to Dame.
Y'all think Dame and CJ need to break up?
No, I wouldn't say that.
No?
Let's see how this year goes.
Okay, because it seemed like, man, this could just be.
Think he ran his course?
I don't know if it's just Terry Stotts or, because it just seemed like they still taking turns. You know what I mean? Instead of working off of each other. It kind of give me like a Monte Ellis, Steph Curry vibe.
Game too similar.
Maybe.
And they do got a real similar game.
We'll see how it going. Who y'all MVP picks right now? Why you?
It's either Bron or Harden right now.
Just give me one.
For the regular season, I'm gonna have to go with Harden.
You gonna go with Harden?
Yeah,
that'd be your MVP pick.
Yeah, because I like what Bron doing, but I feel like Bron is trying to spread it out, get everybody else adjusted, so when playoffs get here, we all on the same page and we know what to do. Like right now, I feel like James Harden's still in that mindset where he feel like he has to win regular season MVPs and stuff. Like that ain't gonna cut it, and it's like you like why you just got Russell Westbrook on your team? Why you out here still trying to go for 40, 50 every night?
He winning.
Yeah, he winning, but like he been winning the last couple years, and when we get to the meat and potatoes and the nitty gritty, what happened?
I can't get jiggy with that shit, and they winning, but a good part of this little win streak they went on is Clint Capella coming back, playing like a monster, playing out his mind, grabbing 20 boards and 5-6 blocks, 16, 18 points. I can't get jiggy with Harden because I I can't get jiggy with it because, bro, you can't go onto the flow.
Tyler, I just love it when you get the title of the episode just so clear. It's so fire. Go ahead, bro.
You can't go onto the flow and shoot 16 for 41 from the field and shoot 8 for 22 from 3. If that was anybody else, we are gonna be like, fam,
what are you doing?
What's going on out here?
And he's had the greenest light I've ever seen in my life,
bruh.
The greenest light.
16 for 41 and 8 for 22 from 3.
That amount of shots is ridiculous.
And that's just one game. There's been plenty of games where he done had that, 5 for 20, 6 for 23 from 3. Like, fam, like, what's going on here? Can't get jiggy with it.
So who your MVP pick?
I don't know. Go ahead.
How you just get this whole thing?
I'm talking about James Harden. Let me.
Who's your
I don't know.
MVP
Let me
pick?
think, guys. I might agree with you after you say yours.
My MVP pick is Greek Freak. 13-3 record. No, I'm sorry. 12-3 record. Leading his team in points, rebounds, steals, and assists. Third in points per game. Third in points per game in the league. Second in rebounds in the entire league. Got him playing. I think he's second in point differential, and his other guy is hurt. His other guy who's supposed to be a star, Chris Middleton, is hurt right now.
Said like you don't believe Chris Middleton's a star.
Well, I mean, Chris Middleton is a good player, but he, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I don't know what you mean.
No, you know what I mean.
I really don't know what you mean. He was an all-star last year.
Yeah, he was an all-star last year.
Oh, what do you mean?
Chris Middleton is hurt.
All right.
So yeah, Greek Freak is my MVP pick right now.
That's cute.
Why is that cute?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, tell me why it's cute.
What did you say he averaged per game?
Greek Freak.
Yeah.
He's like 30, 34, 14 plus rebounds, 6 assists. I forget how many steals and how many blocks.
What are you shooting from the field?
I gotta look that up. I gotta look it up.
My MVP pick is Bron. No surprise here.
Why is your MVP pick, Bron?
The Lakers, 12-2. Best record in the league. Top of the league in defensive rating. He playing a big part in that defensive rating. He leading the league in assists. Averaging 25 points, 8-9 rebounds, you know what I'm saying? Year 17 when everybody counted them out. It was a lot of people who was, saying at the start of the season how Anthony Davis was going to be the best player on the Lakers, and that's not even a question.
That's not a question.
That's not a question right now.
That's not a question.
That is not a question. I mean, how many?
That's not
language?
Okay. Well, let's talk about that not being a question. Anthony Davis is probably leading the league in Defensive Player of the Year ranking.
Lakers might have the Defensive Player of the Year and the MVP on the same team.
Oh yeah, and it might be one person. Anthony Davis leads the team in scoring, rebounds, blocks, and steals. Usually when you lead in the majority of those major statistical categories, isn't that usually what your best player does?
LeBron James is leading the NBA in assists, right?
LeBron James is leading the NBA in assists.
Okay, so
Anthony Davis is leading his team.
I heard.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure you heard me.
No, I heard you. But what you said was usually when you lead your team in these different categories, that makes you okay. So he can't control what he does on the defensive side as far as being the anchor and how he's blocking shots. Granted, okay, cool, got it. Everything that you talked about, or what you told me was needed on the defensive end, not just chase down blocks, but guarding one-on-one, playing the passing lane, rebounding. LeBron is doing all of that. It's known league-wide. This is a league-wide known thing. He's leading that as far as anybody not in the post.
But my original point was Anthony Davis is leading his team.
You wasn't even talking, so you wasn't making the point. I was talking. You cut me off.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Carry on.
I will. Okay. Anthony Davis is leading his team in scoring.
Okay, got it.
Rebounds, blocks, and steals. Does not
Question.
Yeah.
You say you leading the league team in scoring, right? How far ahead is you past Bron?
Probably 2-3 points.
Okay.
He's leading, but still leading the team.
Nah, but
He's leading the team probably because LeBron is damn near force feeding. Like they literally are force feeding
this has been the teammate that he passed the ball to the most in his career. But isn't that why he's leading the league in assists?
Partly, but you act like every single point that Anthony Davis is scoring is due to LeBron.
And you act like every single point Anthony Davis is scoring is due to LeBron.
I never said that. I didn't say anything.
You just said he's force feeding him.
No, I'm saying as far as playing through him, I'm not saying force feeding him as far as every time he feed him, he getting a bucket. I'm saying force feeding, okay, every time down, we throwing it to you. Every time we throw it down to you don't mean you score a bucket.
Right, okay.
I never said that.
So, Shields, if someone is leading a team in scoring, rebounds, blocks, and steals, isn't that usually the best player? Isn't that usually?
No, that's not. No.
When, okay, well, explain this to me. Any other time, when has this happened? When has this happened? Any other time?
That's too of a like a. That's looking at things too surface level. It's too surface level.
If Bron was lead, y'all, I have been hearing LeBron James fans tell me how he leads his team in assists and rebounds and points and all of this.
What Anthony Davis averaging as far as rebounds?
He's over 9, close to 10.
Bron at like 8.
Okay.
So you acting if somebody was listening to this podcast and don't look at no stats and they hear you talking, they gonna think that it's a vast difference in these stats. He's leading them in rebounds. He's leading them in
because what we doing here? But you told me you started off your argument with LeBron's leading the league in assists and LeBron's doing this. But so we talking about stats.
I gave you one thing. I said he's leading the league in assists.
We're talking about stats, right?
But don't say like you just made it like again. You like Stephen A. Smith. You make it like that was my whole argument. I named one thing.
Chris, are we talking about stats or are we talking about stats?
I gave you one thing.
Are we talking about
assist? You talking about his team? I'm talking about the whole league.
Anthony Davis is leading the whole league in blocks. What are you talking about?
Did I not say that?
Okay, but what I'm saying is, all I want to know is, in what other point in NBA history has a player led his team in 4 major statistical categories and not been considered the best player on his team?
All right.
No, I just want to know. Tell me.
Because this is, you act like, for one, this is not similar circumstances where we can draw this comparison to any other. Hell, you go back to all them years that the Lakers won a championship, and people will argue up and down about how Kobe was the best player on that team, and Shaq was smoking him in damn near every statistical category. So what's the difference from that and what we talking about right now?
Well, the general consensus was when Shaq was smoking Kobe in every statistical category, that Shaq was the best player on the team.
No, that's not.
That wasn't the general consensus?
It's a lot of people who are going to argue. Tell me you ain't never heard nobody argue that fact that Kobe was the better player during that time.
Chris, Mr. Shields.
I'm asking you, just answer my question.
Mr. Shields.
Answer my question.
People argue that Kobe is better than Michael Jordan. That doesn't mean it's fact. What are we talking about? Was Shaq a better player than Kobe when Shaq won 3 Finals MVPs in a row?
Shaq was was most dominant. There was nobody on. Why when I give you facts, you want to
because you moving the goalpost.
How am I moving
because
the goalpost?
You moving the goalpost.
You asked me a question and I'm giving you an answer.
Chris,
is Shaq not the most dominant player that we've ever seen? Okay, so what are we doing
was he not the best player on the team?
Bro, I'm not going to just give you that. Kobe made a case.
Chris,
bro,
was Shaquille O'Neal not the best player on the Lakers when they three
times you ask me, my answer's not going to change.
And I'm the ultimate Kobe Bryant fan. Dude, why are you doing this to fit your argument?
Bro, if you go back and look at them stat-wise, it's the same argument we have in here. There was no huge difference in their stats,
So why did Shaq win 3 Finals MVPs?
I don't know. I don't vote.
You funny, dude. You was hilarious.
Right, so if you go look at them stats, you're going to tell me that it's a vast difference in them?
Chris, we talking about who was the best player on the team.
That's not that. Just answer my question.
We talking about who the best player on the team was.
Okay. Right.
No. When you say vast difference, was Shaq outscoring Kobe by 40? No. What do you want from me?
Okay, so you know what?
Okay.
Maybe I was being a little egregious saying saying that this is not a question. Okay, cool, got it. But don't tell me that there was not an argument about whether Kobe Bryant was the best player on the Lakers during all them years.
It's definitely an argument. Definitely an argument.
Jesus Christ.
I just thought it was rude that you said it wasn't a question. Like LeBron is the clear cut best player.
Podcaster syndrome is
Have you heard anybody like? Why is nobody like really talking about Anthony Davis being?
Are we talking about media? Or are we talking about
media?
Okay,
like if you look at anything, there has been plenty of posts circulating about who is the MVP right now. I haven't seen Anthony Davis on there.
Hey, Chris, can I ask you a question? Why when I bring up media and post, you tell me you're talking about media, but when you bring up media.
Did I just not ask him a question? All I asked him was, "Why haven't you heard?"
No.
No question with a question.
And then I gave you. What I'm seeing circulating. Have you heard?
No, I have not.
Being mentioned MVP.
No, I have not.
Okay.
No, I have not. But you basing you weighing your argument based off what the media said.
No, I started off asking you, have you heard anybody mention Anthony Davis in the MVP conversation? Before I mentioned anything about media.
What point were you trying to make, sir?
I just asked you a question.
No, but was it just a random question, or were you trying to tie it to a deeper point?
I'm trying to ask you, have you heard this?
I have not heard it.
If you haven't heard this,
I have not heard it.
Why have you not heard it?
I don't know why the media. Well, no, I can tell you why. Because
you mentioned media. I just asked you the same thing.
I can tell you why the media has.
We're not talking about media. Have you heard anybody? Anybody on your Facebook post? You just said the media. I'm not talking about media.
Oh,
anybody.
I've heard people say Anthony Davis is MVP. Yes.
Okay.
I have. I've heard people say that Anthony Davis is the best player on the Lakers team. Yes.
Who are these people?
There's people on Facebook that Chris want to talk about.
Who they?
Your imaginary friends, man. Beat it, bro.
So it's not a case for Anthony Davis being the best player on the team when he's leading that team in 4 statistical categories, and that's usually how it goes.
Sure.
It's just out the window because LeBron is there.
It's not out the window.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay. Well, I think Anthony Davis and Bron both are having great years, and they kind of cancel each other out in the race for MVP, and that's why I think Giannis is the pick. But they both doing great. What they sitting at? They sitting at 12. What? 12-2.
12-2.
They doing good. I like them. Those guys are doing great.
Hey, you a troll, bro.
No, they doing good, man. I mean, just
hey, you definitely a troll.
12-2, man. You know,
a troll, man.
Got the second and third best player in the league.
Troll, man.
They doing their thing.
Right, but the best player in the league out here ain't even playing defense. He guarding PJ Tucker. That's another story.
Well, that's not another story.
It is.
I don't think that's another story. I think Kawhi.
He the best defensive player in the world, but he's standing in the corner guarding PJ Tucker, who's not moving.
We do know now that Kawhi was dealing with a knee injury.
Potentially hurt.
We do. Well, I mean, it has been stated on record that he has been dealing with a knee injury.
And that's interesting timing that he started missing those games because he's potentially hurt after he got mad at the NBA for putting out the information about the little contusion thing.
He got mad
when they was dealing. Yes, he got mad.
What did he say? What did he say that he was mad?
He couldn't believe that they put that information out.
That could be surprise, not anger, sir.
Huh? What did you say?
You heard me.
I didn't hear you. What did you
say he.
Oh Lord,
that could be him being surprised, not angry.
I would lean towards anger more than I would surprise.
Well, that's because you never surprised.
True.
So that's why you.
True.
Okay. Well, like I said, the Lakers are doing great because they have the second and third best player in the league. So I would expect them to.
Who's the first?
You a fucking lame, bro.
Dude, how?
You a lame.
Why?
Cut out the shenanigans.
Tell me why.
The Lakers are doing good. The Lakers got the best record in the league, fam. What are we doing here?
I mean, we can talk about it.
Lakers got the best record in the league.
Okay. Do you want to talk about the Lakers record?
They're doing good.
You want to talk about the Lakers record?
Doing good. It's the best in the league. What is there to talk about?
I mean, it's a lot to talk about.
No, is it the best in the league?
It is the best in the league.
Okay, there's nothing else to talk about.
The Lakers also have a relatively easy schedule so far.
You got to be who in front of you.
Yeah, but 10 of their 14 teams have been below 500.
Yeah.
So 71% of this schedule, my brother, have been
Anthony Davis averaging 25.2 points.
Have been.
You want to know how much LeBron is averaging?
Go ahead, tell me.
25. 0.2 is the difference in their point differential.
Okay.
0.2.
Chris, who's still leading the team in the 4 statistical category.
Hey,
Anthony Davis is averaging 9 rebounds. Do you know how much LeBron James is averaging his rebounds?
See it right now.
7.9. I'll tell you so you ain't got to waste your time doing it.
Okay.
7.9.
Okay.
Hey, low key, I think Bron gonna end up averaging triple double this year.
Okay. So what I'm saying is, if you can go off what Brian averaging and say that he's the MVP, why you can't go off what AD is averaging?
What I'm saying right now, I'm not saying is to make a case for him being MVP. I'm saying is to say how you are.
Well, that's how we brought it up.
He leads this and this. He leads this.
That's how we brought it up.
This is why you always end up looking like you're bashing LeBron.
I don't give a shit about that no more.
No, but you.
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about that no more.
Last episode,
I don't give a shit about that no more because any other time we can talk about whatever statistics Brian does, you hear it forever. He leads in this. He's great. He leads in this. He leads in this. And I say this man leads in this, and LeBron is close, but he's still the MVP.
No, because the way you're saying he's close, like you saying like
it like it's
you
this
saying
huge
like
gap.
you
You don't
saying like
understand
Anthony
that.
Davis.
How? No, all I said. That's how y'all took it. All I said was AD
how
is
you
leading
said
in all 4 of the things.
You
right.
That's all I said.
Right. It's us.
So talk about the record with them playing over 70% of below 500 teams.
I don't care nothing about that.
What you mean?
Because you got to be who in front of you.
Right, but have they had?
I'm sure it's other teams who have played teams with subpar records and have lost those same exact games. Beat who is in front of you. That's just like when people had an argument about, oh, well, this era was different. No, you got to beat who in front of you. I don't give a damn whether they good, bad, because it's bad teams out here beating good teams. The Lakers not letting it happen. I don't care about who you play.
So playing teams that's sub 500 don't contribute to wouldn't contribute to a.
I don't care how many times you ask me this question. The answer is not going to change.
You got it.
You have to beat who in front of you.
You do.
Have the Clippers lost to any bad teams?
Yes.
Okay, beat who in front of you. I don't care about your record,
thing
fam.
that nobody want to talk about because you who you say is the best player in the league.
Kawhi Leonard is the best player in the league.
Right, so why Kawhi can't stay on the floor?
Kawhi Leonard is hurt.
All right.
So is it what? Well, see, I don't understand. Like this is another media thing that's going on. Why are we talking about Kawhi? Yo, we do know the term load management didn't exist before LeBron did it, right?
I mean, that's because they coined it after.
Right. But now everybody's using it in reference to Kawhi, right? We did like
because Kawhi is like the face of load management. Is he not?
Well, LeBron was never load managing this early in the season. Never. Like, that was down the line. This man load managing in the first, second week of the season.
So it matters when you do it. Not
you don't think so?
No.
You don't think it do?
It matters when you do
pay
it.
money to go see the Clippers in the week 1 of the NBA.
That's a whole thing. That's a whole different argument. I'd have been upset if Bron didn't play against Golden State last year. That's a whole different argument.
I just asked you about when.
That's a whole but
how is that a different argument? And week 1 of the season is different from
I would have been
April or
just
May.
upset when he played them in January and didn't suit up to play against them.
So you telling me that it's perfectly fine that he low managing at the beginning of the season?
Listen, if it's fine for Bron to do it in January, if it's fine for him to do it in January,
let's go.
Then what? You telling me? I don't understand, bro. The man took off 2 weeks when he was in Cleveland to fly and work out with D Wade, missed 7 games. Why y'all not talking about that?
Was he hurt?
No. He said it was rest. Look it up. He said it was rest. Rest. R-E-S-T.
I don't even know how the fuck this got to a LeBron versus Kawhi thing in the first place. We talking about load management. That's what we talking about. And we talking about him doing it in week 1 of the season after he was load managing last year. Oh, he won the championship. He the best player in the league. If LeBron was load managing right now in year 17, it'll be a problem. Point blank period.
Kawhi missing the third of the games already, by the way.
Yeah. It's a young season. But what I don't understand. What I'm just saying, I don't understand why it's this. Oh man, the best player in the league can't load manage when the best player in the league load managed in 2016 and 2017. I don't. What's the problem?
End of the year, people are making a deal about this because he's doing it at the beginning of the season. And for somebody to be as intelligent as you are, you killing me acting like you don't get that.
I don't. If somebody is the man that said he done had a knee injury, yes or no?
When did he say this? Talk to me. Did we find out about this knee after it? That matters. That matters.
No, we didn't. We didn't find out about it.
So he was load managing before we even knew anything until the NBA got in their business about him saying, I'm perfectly fine, or Doc, or whoever said something. Yeah. One of them said something about him being fine, right. And then he sat out. They saying something was wrong. Okay, so y'all got contradicting stories. Okay, so now the NBA in y'all business. Then we heard about this knee injury and something wrong. That's when we heard about it.
Right.
And you playing games, you missing games. If you hurt, sit down. Miss games. What's with this flip-flopping? Okay, I'm gonna play this night. I'm not gonna play this night, but I'm nursing the injury. If you hurt, sit down. It's early in the season.
I don't know what the Clippers strategy is. Maybe they didn't want him to miss without Paul George being there, so they wouldn't risk falling behind deeper in the Western Conference. It could be a number of things. But if he has an injury, he has an injury, correct?
I guess.
So most can't sit out when they have injuries. This is basically what I'm hearing.
We don't even know if he hurt, fam. We don't know if he hurt. This is what they saying. He what?
He lying about being hurt?
I don't know what, bro. Why did they have contradictory stories about him being hurt in the first place?
Is he lying about being hurt?
Why did they?
I don't know, and you don't know.
That look funny though.
But you taking it as face value of him lying about being hurt?
Does it look funny?
It looks funny.
Okay, so if you say one thing and he say another thing, I'm going to look at this situation funny. I don't know what the truth is. It looked funny. So then after the NBA getting y'all business, okay, yeah, now he's hurt. And then here you go.
Well, don't you have to prove? Well, don't you have to prove that you hurt?
Go. He's potentially hurt. That's why he's not guarding.
This is true.
And
this is true.
He's standing in the corner.
These are facts. These are facts.
You on the court playing?
These are facts.
Is it that?
Oh, come on, Joe. Come on, bro. Come on. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. If the man has a knee injury, you're not going to put him to guard the best offensive player in the league.
If he got a knee injury, I'm not going to put him on the fucking floor in the first place. That's
what they chose to do.
That doesn't make any sense to me. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay. All right, because we can't have any nuance, and it can't be various degrees of knee injuries, right? Okay. It could be a knee injury that allows him to play, but not at full strength. That can't be going on, right?
That can be going on, but that
Kawhi Leonard, the best player in the league, and he hurt right now. That's what we're talking about.
Because going off what y'all just argued about, right? If he's gonna be on the floor, he has to play.
Okay,
we have to grade him off that, because if he got on the floor and with Isaiah Thomas with the busted ankle or whatever and had a crazy performance, and we would have celebrated. If Michael,
I'm not trying to hear about it.
Michael Jordan came out there with
LeBron all last year after the groin injury when he still was struggling with it. He killed his defensive effort out there. I killed
LeBron's defensive effort before the groin injury in the last 2 years in Cleveland. The last 2 years in Cleveland. The last 2 years in Cleveland, I killed his defense, which he admitted to.
So why we ain't getting
which he admitted to?
Did you take that into account last year when you was killing him?
Yes.
But you playing different, because if you did that with LeBron,
bro, that's crazy, bro.
No, because if you did that with LeBron and when he got hurt, you still was doing that. Kawhi was guarding the best players last year. He's hurt now. Why?
But were you still, when LeBron wasn't playing different, you were still calling him the best player in the league, right? Okay. So how
you said when he wasn't what?
When he wasn't playing defense.
Oh, just because he didn't make the all defensive team?
No, because he didn't play defense.
Got you.
Why LeBron just say he didn't play defense?
When did he say that?
When he was talking to the ref.
When he was making a joke.
Oh, he was making a joke. That was a funny joke.
And he didn't say I wasn't. He said, I know you heard through the news. That's what he said. Through the news or through the media or something. I know that you've heard this from other people, but it's a different year. That's what he said. But you said that, he, them years in Cleveland, once he stopped making all defense.
Well, because we can look at his defensive statistical rating. You don't never care about the stats when it work, when it don't work. Why do you keep telling me you don't care when it work against him, bro?
Bro, dig this here. When it come to basketball, bro, I played my whole life. Defense was my thing. That was my staple. That's an effort thing. I don't want to. I'm old school. I don't want to hear that analytic. This defensive. I don't want to hear that because one, I don't even fully understand it. So I ain't trying to hear it. I ain't trying to hear it. Then two, bro, you gonna get out there and you gonna guard. That's a hard thing. That's in here, bro. I ain't.
So why he wasn't doing it in Cleveland then?
Bro, I don't know.
Okay.
Like I said,
that's a hard thing.
When we talk,
that's a hard thing.
When we talk about the load thing and how much you said he was always asked to do, so much. You kind of like throw that argument out the window. So I don't even want to say that about he had to carry this heavy load and he averaging triple doubles and he gotta score, he gotta rebound, he gotta like. So I don't even want to bring that into the equation.
Okay.
Because you're gonna throw it out the window.
I'm just.
I don't even know if you see how you like.
Bro,
he see it though. He see it that you playing both sides.
Dog. All I'm saying is I can bring up a stat. You tell me it's out the window. But if it's a stat favoring him, it's not out the window.
You doing the same thing with Quado.
This has been this week's episode of Baselines and Beats podcast, man. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Thank y'all for all the love, all the support, all the continued follows. Please follow us on all podcast platforms, on all social media platforms. Z, holla at the people, please.
Yeah, definitely, like you say, share everything, subscribe to everything, tell your mama to tell her friends, y'all tell all y'all friends. Also draw awareness to angry podcaster syndrome. It is sweeping the nation right now.
It's not.
It definitely is. So
no, it's not.
It is right now. That's one of the signs right there. Javon's being short with me and trying to cut me off.
It's not.
Like I said, angry podcaster syndrome is sweeping the nation right now. So do me a favor, do us all a favor, hit the podcast. Keep Javon Berry and Chris Shields in your prayers.
Load management, if it's a thing, it should apply for everyone and not just one player because he has braids.
And just because we this is what we do at the end of this podcast, we give out gold roses. Let's give out some gold roses to Kawhi Leonard for his valiant effort of playing through his injured knee. It's just such a valiant effort, man. He just really out there, just laying it all out there on the floor for the Los Angeles Clippers, and gold roses go to Kawhi Leonard shooting like 35%.
And always remember, this has been this week's episode of Baseline Beats podcast. Later.